Sorry, I'm momentarily distracted because a very large insect just landed on the door in front of me. And I'm leaving all this in the podcast, but I'm just going to go ahead. I have this towel right next to me, and I'm just going to throw this towel on top of this bug. Oh, that didn't work at all. Oh, now that flipped him upside down. Now he's mad. All right, I got another towel. I'm leaving all this in the episode, by the way. This is staying right now. Yeah.
You do you, boo.
So here is a towel. Oh, shoot. Oh.
You're listening to Premeditated Opinions because, yes, we thought about it, and then we said it anyway. I'm Pamela.
And I'm Josh, and we are two people who somehow share a brain and decided to weaponize our brains with microphones. Each week, we unpack anything, from politics and religion to carpool dread and everything in between.
You know, it would really help us a lot if you followed us on Instagram and YouTube. Giving us a like and a follow is probably the best thing your thumbs will do today.
We are not experts. We are just way too confident in our own opinions. With all that being said, let's get started.
Well, hello and welcome to a very unique episode of Premeditated Opinions. We are coming at you just in the uniquest of circumstances. So the visuals are going to look a little different. The audio is definitely going to sound a little different. And we're just going to trust that you're going to roll with it with us because this was all we had. It was either this or we don't publish something this week, and we decided to do this. So why don't we start with you, Pamela? Why don't we start with what is happening at your house right now? And how have the last 48 hours been in general?
Inebriated.
Same. Very much the same.
And okay, so full disclosure, we have the red wine is making an appearance. It is, oh my God, is it already January 24th?
It is January the 24th in the year of our Lord 2026.
Okay. So this episode, so this is the closest we've ever cut it with recording to edit. And so the last 48 hours, so we're down in Dallas. I'm down in Dallas. Not all of us are down in Dallas, but it's fine. And honestly, since early this morning, it has been sleeting on and off. And I have to keep reminding my son, he's like, snow. And I'm like, sleet. And he's like, and he keeps coming down. And he's like, it's snowing. I'm like, it's sleeting. And I have to keep explaining to him over and over again the difference. But we have, I'd say at least half an inch of sleet, if not more. And it's been coming in waves. So it's like, it'll sleet for about 20 or 30 minutes and then take a break for like 2 hours and then kick back up. And, but it's been pretty steady. And the city of Dallas is freaking out.
Oh, fully just dissolving into chaos. Yes.
Everything is shutting down. And I get it. Like, I used to make fun of Texas when we first moved down here about, I think it was actually last year. It was sunny and like 50 degrees outside, and they canceled school for the next day. And I'm looking around like, what is happening? Like, it's almost like they just say the word snow in the forecast, whether it's, a 5% chance or more, and people just lose their minds. And after being down here, like, I get it now because this happens, 1, maybe 2 weeks in the winter down here. So there's not really a point in investing in plows and salt trucks and all that. I know that they do brine the roads and they do what they can to clear them, but I'm like, I guess that makes sense, whereas back home in Kentucky, this is 4 to 5 months out of the year. So it makes sense. Like, so actually back in the early 90s, I don't know if y'all experienced this or not, but it was like probably 92 to 94-ish. We had a blizzard and we had over a foot of snow.
Wow.
And UPS had just set up one of their main hubs in Louisville. And we had this blizzard and it shut the city down for like, I don't know, a week or two.
That's crazy.
And then we had it again, something similar, an event happened again like a year or two later, because I remember it happening around my birthday. Now, my birthday's at the end of October, and we had this like storm and people like were canceling, and I was probably like 8 or 9, and people were canceling left and right. And that was the last time that I remember having the city shut down, because UPS basically was like, Louisville, get your together or we're pulling out. Like, we cannot have these kind of, delays where you're shutting an entire city down for a week or two. And after that, we've had very few snow days. So that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, like, if Louisville gets shut down, I mean, it's maybe a day or two, a couple days, but they're clearing the main highways and roads, and they definitely got it together. So anyway, it's been in the teens. I don't think we've hit 20s yet. Wind chill's like 4 degrees, or it says it feels like 4 according to the Weather Channel. It is cold as balls. So.
And you've still got power, so that's good.
We do, yes. So you can still see, like, this is not fake power yet.
Right, yeah. It's not flashlights yet.
Yeah. But I've noticed, I don't know if it's like our street or something, but a lot of times when people lose power around us, like, we don't usually get affected. So I'm just knocking on all the wood and hoping. I think if we do lose power, it's going to be at some point tonight. They said that it's supposed to stop. The precipitation's supposed to stop around noon tomorrow, which is good news for y'all, because kicking it over to your side where I can hear the ocean and the waves, which is horse, but it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so it's been an interesting week. For starters, ladies and gentlemen, my family was invited by another part of my family to go spend some time in St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands this week. So we left last Sunday, and
without us, but it's fine.
And not only did we leave without you, which is rude, we also left our dog with you. So not only did we not take you, we gave you a chore. So congratulations. Here's something else to do. So
she's been fine,
which is great, and I'm so glad. But so we flew out to the Virgin Islands, and it has been really remarkable. I mean, by any metric, it has been beautiful. The weather's been a little rainy, but like not that bad.
Now, okay, when you say rainy, is it like Florida rain where, it rains every day in Florida for like 20 minutes? Okay. Yeah. So then that's not really rainy. That's just typical and tropical.
It's very coastal. It's very tropical. And honestly, the rain is almost refreshing. Like, it kind of works. And so, we've been down here since last Sunday. So tomorrow is a week. That's a lot. And we've had an amazing time. We have done a ton around the island of St. Thomas. We actually took a ferry over to an island called St. John, which has a very famous beach at it called Trunks Bay, which is one of the best beaches I've ever seen in my life. And so it's been really wonderful. Now, we committed to these dates, months ago.
Yeah.
We don't have any way of knowing what the weather's going to be like at home. We were supposed to come home Friday, which, as of the taping of this podcast, is yesterday.
Yeah.
And as it stands right now, we are supposed to come home tomorrow, which is Sunday. I think it's about a 50-50 shot. I won't say that I'm confident, but if you're going to be stuck somewhere, this is about as good as it gets. The tricky parts are, like, thankfully, because of all the winter weather in North Texas, the commitments that I had over the weekend all canceled, every single one of them. So I'm not missing anything where I'm supposed to be somewhere. So that's good. Beyond that, I have been, able to do some work stuff here or there. We're obviously recording a podcast right now. It's 9:21 p.m. where I am because I'm 2 hours ahead of you. But, we're just
that's
figuring it out.
right.
Yeah, we're making do.
I
But
keep
I am
thinking you're
currently,
an hour ahead, but you're 2 hours. This whole week I've been thinking you're an hour ahead. So,
yeah.
whoops.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But no, I am literally sitting on the patio of our hotel. You can't see anything behind me because it's just the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
But what I wish you could see is just over my shoulder. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's about 8 sailboats parked. They're anchored. 200 feet away. And it's
Same.
just serene. I know. I can pick them out if I squint really closely. I can almost see them in your sheetrock.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been an interesting week. I am certainly not mad to be stuck here. And at the same time, if we don't get out tomorrow, then we're starting to get into some trickier territory for me professionally. Like it could get a little disruptive if I'm not home tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Not huge, not in a way that I'm like super nervous about, but it would really be in our best interest to get home tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I know school for you and your kids is already canceled for Monday. So is ours.
Out again. I'm like, y'all. Y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They called it though. They called it on Friday. I'm like, it wasn't even started. And y'all are already like, nope, we're taking none chances. And I'm like, okay. And I know, I've been teasing you a lot this week about, it sucks that you're stuck in St. Thomas. But like, honestly, I'd rather y'all be stuck there than like Atlanta. Cause I know y'all have to fly through Atlanta. And right now, from what I've heard, I have friends who have family in Atlanta and it's just raining right now.
Yeah.
But still, like, I kind of would rather, and like your family, the reason you're down there is because your family's got a timeshare. So at least you guys have a place to stay. I hate to say it's like, if this had to happen, it was kind of the best time because you're down there with your family. You got people watching your dogs. I'm pretty sure your dog now thinks that she's just been adopted. She feels very abandoned. I tell her hourly that just let them go.
Oh, it's amazing.
I'm just kidding.
They don't love you anymore. No, we're the only ones that love you. Yeah.
But, you don't have to worry about like boarding or sitters, especially with the bad weather and all that. Like it kind of like worked out.
It absolutely did.
And, oh darn, we have to spend our day on the beach again today.
Right. Yeah. Which is what I did most of the day today. And it was delightful. But the one thing about being here that makes it tricky, like you're absolutely right. My family has a timeshare down here. And so lodging is covered. So that's a huge, huge deal. At the same time, everything here is colossally expensive. I mean, everything. I went to the grocery store yesterday to pick up some odds and ends because we're staying in like this condo kind of thing. And so there's a full kitchen. And so I actually bought ingredients to make dinner last night and tonight. And part of that was a little bit of trying to save some money. And part of it was when you've eaten at nothing but restaurants, you start craving something that you cooked yourself. Yeah. And so we grabbed some ingredients. And I mean, I had maybe 20 things in my cart. And
hold on. Sorry.
You're fine. I like this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you're getting when we're recording thousands of miles apart. I'm like 3,000 miles away from you right now.
I'm seriously like, I'm waiting to lose power. I did not lose power. My light.
I think it's funny.
Is, what do they call those? okay, I'm just going to call it the depression light. The light that you get, like, when you have depression, they tell you, like, to have this, like, light lamp or whatever. I can't remember what it's called
Yes.
right now. That's what I'm using. And, okay, I'm just going to show you. Okay.
Okay,
And
perfect. Please show us.
It's got tissues. Just because it's so bright. It's so like,
Hey, you made your own softbox. That's called a softbox in the video world, and you made your own.
Stole it because it's so bright, but it's like a good light to have, like when I'm doing stuff like this. But it has a timer, and I always forget that, like, the timer, I have to set it so far in advance, and so it just went off, and I was like, "Oh God, we lost power!" And it's like, wait, there's no light still on.
We lost very specific power. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
No, but anyway, we went to the grocery store. I had less than 20 things in my cart, and it was $160.
Oh.
Yeah. And I didn't have anything crazy in the cart except for like one bottle of inexpensive vodka and one bottle of inexpensive wine. And other than that, it was just basic food. It was $160.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it just is what it is. You know, I have no room to complain. I spent so little money actually getting here. I spent actually no money staying here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this has been an absolute gift from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, it's expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't mind being back in my neighborhood Kroger. That sounds pretty great. But we've had a great time. The kids actually, so my bio mom, who I've talked about before, and her husband actually took our kids to a museum of pirate treasure today.
Interesting.
So they went and checked out some real pirate treasure and got to like walk around through these exhibits, and it's all interactive. And then they went up this gondola. So on St. Thomas, they have a gondola that takes you to the highest point in elevation. And so they went up there as well, and then went and got some food. And so they were gone for several hours today. And so me and Krista just hung out by the beach, and like there's a nice pool here, but then there's a walkway to go down to a beachfront, and it's gorgeous. The water's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And so, we took full advantage and just hung out on the sand and enjoyed ourselves a little bit because we can't go anywhere else. But to your point, like we are flying through Atlanta, and so our flight was supposed to be Friday. It got canceled. Supposed to be Saturday. It got canceled. But the leg that's getting canceled is Atlanta to DFW.
Yeah.
And so they're just having us rebook our whole itinerary, which honestly surprised me a little bit, but it works. So I would have figured that Delta would have wanted us to go ahead and get to Atlanta, but I don't know. They're doing what they do. So we, as of right now, are flying into Atlanta tomorrow. And as far as I can tell, they're staying above freezing basically the entire time, which is great. And then, yeah, I don't know. I've been tracking like DFW's status. Like there's an FAA website where you can see like the departure and arrival status of any airport. And I've been checking DFW's really regularly today, and it's saying that they're open. So I don't know. Like
I don't know though, but you made a good point earlier. I'm sorry, I was just pulling up the weather channel.
Yeah.
Sunday is below freezing. Monday is below freezing, and Tuesday is when it's above freezing. Now precipitation slows down on Monday, but it doesn't matter. Ice is ice. So you mentioned earlier though, it's like I'm not as concerned about the flying into the airport as I am being able to leave and get home from the airport.
Right.
Because if y'all go and look at, well, I guess this will be out by then, but the map, like if you just Google around here, all the highways are shut down. Everything is just a mess.
Yeah. And, we drove Krista's Jeep to the airport. So, thankfully both of our cars have 4-wheel drive, and that's good.
Yeah. But
so
4-wheel drive on ice means nothing.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Four-wheel drive would hopefully pull us out of the ditch that we spin into. But
Maybe.
I'd also like to not do either of those things.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of an adventure because even if we do get back tomorrow, we land at almost 10 p.m. So, yeah, we'll land I mean, it'll be cold and dark.
Exactly. And the ice all over again.
Yeah. And so
but
I'm not excited.
What? DFW is closer to our house than yours. So
honestly, I kind of had that thought and we might end up slumber partying, which wouldn't be the end. I mean, we've got clothes. We'll be showing up with all of our stuff. So.
Oh, yeah. Do y'all have a washer and dryer in your condo?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's
we
good.
Do.
That's good.
Kristen
that
did
makes
all
life
of our
so
laundry.
much easier.
Yeah. So we've done all of our laundry. She really spearheaded that effort, and I helped out a bit. But that's a handy feature to have. So we've got fully clean clothes, and then I'm going to make sure and pack a change of clothes for us and kids in our carry-on in the event that we get stuck in Atlanta, which I don't think is impossible. I hope that it is off the table. I just got a text message as we were recording right now from Delta saying that check-in for that leg of our flight is available. So they're checking people in.
I mean, that's a good sign.
Yeah, it's a start.
It's interesting. It's a little dicey, though. Like, I don't know. We'll see.
I know. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just going to believe that it's all okay when I actually land. But until then, we're just going to do our best.
So the moral of this story is do not travel between mid-January and mid-February, period. No matter where you are, like, unless you want to get stuck wherever you're at. Now, if you're on a tropical island, of course. But if you're like in Wisconsin, maybe think twice.
Right. Did you see that the coldest place on Earth right now is in Ontario?
No, I didn't see that.
I was reading this earlier. The wind chill hit minus 55 today.
Oh, like why? Like why would you subject yourself to that? Like
I don't know, free healthcare. Governmental leadership that isn't outside their minds.
Okay, you went political, so I'm going political real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
Did you see that Bernie Sanders tweet about Greenland?
I have seen some Bernie Sanders content about Greenland, but I think there's been a bunch. So tell me which one.
He was like, okay. He's like, yeah, let's let Greenland be. I can't remember exactly, but something along the lines of like, yeah, let's let Greenland be a part of the United States. That way we can get free health care, universal basic income, like 6 months maternity leave, like all this stuff. And I was like, I mean,
yeah, we might destroy NATO as a result of it, but it'll
anyway,
we'll just
moving on.
See what happens. Well, but I did want, before we shift gears out of the political, I did want to ask. So I tried to watch the debate between James Tallarico and Jasmine Crockett earlier today, but unfortunately, it was only available through a very specific streaming platform, which I couldn't get on my phone here. You did get a chance to watch it, and we don't have to super deep dive it, but for anyone who's listening who is unaware, so Jasmine Crockett is a current sitting member of the House of Representatives, and she's from the Fort Worth area of Texas, and she's a polarizing figure who I very much enjoy, but I enjoy her because she speaks a lot of truth, even when it's uncomfortable. So she has decided to run for a Senate seat in the state of Texas. And then her opponent on the Democratic side of the ticket is a guy named James Tallarico. James Tallarico is a little bit more of a newer face and up-and-comer, but has a ton of energy behind him. He's run really for over the last year or so. He's been kind of setting up a campaign. He announced his run for Senate, and he is a pretty universally loved person in everyone outside of the hardcore GOP. So that kind of sets the stage a little bit. So these are two candidates, both Democrats, running against John Cornyn in the state of Texas. And they had a debate today. And I unfortunately could not watch that debate. You did watch that debate. We don't have to super deep dive it, but I just would love a penny for your thoughts. Like, what stood out to you? What makes sense? Were there anything jump out as a red flag? Like,
Absolutely.
just whatever your observations.
Absolutely. So, I have met James Talrico. It was a couple months ago. I'm a huge fan. I'm also a huge fan of Jasmine Crockett. Like, that's the thing, is I think that a lot of, Democrat, liberal, like centrist, these two really appeal to that side. Now, I do like how you mentioned, like, I love Jasmine. I love Jasmine because she says it like it is. And she's highly intelligent. She was a public defender.
Yeah.
And she really cares. You could definitely tell in the debate, she really cares about her constituents. In fact, somebody had asked a question and brought up a constituent. It had something to do with like workplace safety. I can't remember exactly what it was about, but one of her constituents had passed because there wasn't regulations or something that caused this accident. And she teared up, like, talking about it. So it's like, okay, like, she's got a heart. She's empathetic, which is something we desperately need right now. I like her, and she's fiery, and I like that. The only problem with that is when I think about Jasmine from the opposition, a lot of conservatives and Republicans think that she's just a lot, or she's just too much. It doesn't help, unfortunately, that she is a woman and she is a minority when it comes to the opposite side. Now, James is a white man. He's from Austin. He was a teacher he taught in one of the lowest income areas of San Antonio. So he's also going to seminary to be a preacher. He is a Democrat. And I think that positions him really well across all party lines because he speaks truth about Jesus and the Bible and all of these things. But he does it in a way that makes sense. So, when legislation came up, there's a really popular viral TikTok about the 10 Commandments in schools. And he was against it. Someone who is going to seminary to be a pastor is like, no, like, this is not the teachings of Jesus. Like, he did not say put the 10 Commandments in schools. Like, what are we doing here? Like, he said to feed the poor and to feed children who can't afford lunch, and like, he understands the actual issue. So I think that really appeals to all party sides. Because they kind of see, I think there's a little bit of juxtaposition there where people would think he would be on the Republican side, but he is on the Democrat side. So I really like him. And I've liked him ever since the first time I heard about him. Now, the debate today was, it was on a very, what's the word? It was an Austin news channel. It was their app. I had to download it on my Amazon Fire Stick. It was an hour long. They were very respectful. They, had time limits, and like, they would kind of go over those time limits, but again, like, it was very just respectful. So they didn't attack each other. If anything, they were pushing back against a lot of the issues that a lot of people are having problems with right now. When it comes to immigration and how to handle that, and a couple of other like pretty big key issues.
Yeah.
I appreciated the fact that James would say things like, Jasmine and I believe in X, Y, and Z, or Jasmine and I have fought for X, Y, and Z. And she would do the same. He was very just inclusive. You could tell like they were on the same side.
Yeah.
It really, I think, just comes down to which candidate can win.
Right.
Against other parties.
Yeah.
So James, I will say, spent a lot of his time kind of storytelling versus answering the question. And I think it helps and hurts. Like, I get he's trying to get a lot of his message out that, like, you and I have heard before. We've heard it on TikTok. Yes. We've heard it on Instagram. We've heard a lot of these stories, especially like, when he found out he was type 1 diabetic and, it was like $680 for his insulin. He spent a lot of time telling those stories versus kind of answering the questions at first. And so I was like, dude, like, you got to answer the question. Like, I get that you're trying to make like anecdotes and things here. And I these are definitely very important points and context and things, but like, you got 60 seconds, like, and they would let them run over a little bit to like finish a point. And neither one of them like got uppity about that, which is refreshing. Compared to debates from a year ago. Jasmine would, she's kind of been in that position a little bit more. Like, she's like, they would ask her things like, how would you handle immigration? Well, I have done this. I have been on this committee. I have introduced this legislation. I have argued against this. Like, where James has that, but just in different areas, because again, they just have different representation. As much as I want to back Jasmine on this, being a female, being a minority, and not really wanting to back another white man.
I get it.
I feel like Tallarico can bridge the gap across lines a little bit better just because he's not as polarizing. He can appeal to the centrists. He can appeal to Republicans.
Well, for anyone who wants to know a lot more about Tallarico and just his background, his path into politics and all of that, the way that really he was already on our radar, but I remember sending you a link to freaking Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And he did a 2.5-hour show on there. And you and I already knew about him, but then he did that, and we were like, holy crap.
I think it was the same week.
Guy?
I think it was that same week that I went to that rally. And
it was.
Yeah.
It was. I remember that.
This guy, this is who we need to be representing, not just Texas, but the United States. Like, he has a very unique perspective, but it's not polarizing. He has a way of speaking to everyone. And I like that part of his strategy is to go on Joe Rogan and to go on Fox News and to go on all of these platforms that typically aren't very Democratic friendly, I guess. And make them that way. Give people an insight to Democrats are not the enemies here. Liberals are not the enemies here. We can be Christians and be pro-choice. Like, we can be Christians, and his heart and everything, his policies are in the right place. So, and that really came through in the debate. I just wish he would have I appreciate the anecdotes, but I'm like, dude, you got 60 seconds and maybe 10 and maybe 30 on top of that.
I bet the anecdotes.
Concise your anecdotes and then answer the question.
I think he's probably still in a place where he is nervous about people just knowing who he is. And I think a lot of those anecdotes, he's starting to finally,
and Jasmine brought that up. Jasmine said, she's like, you know me. And it was good. Like, if you get an opportunity, I'm sure it's like going to be on YouTube or something. I definitely recommend going back and watching it, because it wasn't really so much a debate. I mean, I guess it was. Like, I'm used to I guess because I'm used to debates being like Democrat and Republican. This was like Democrat, but they were both basically like, we're charting the same course here. Like, we both believe the same thing. It's just which one is more likely to win is really what this came down to.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm momentarily distracted because a very large insect just landed on the door in front of me. And I'm leaving all this in the podcast, but I'm just going to go ahead. I have this towel right next to me, and I'm just going to throw this towel on top of this bug. Oh, that didn't work at all. Oh, now that flipped him upside down. Now he mad. All right, I got another towel. I'm leaving all this in the episode, by the way. This is staying right now. Yeah.
You do you, boo.
So here is a towel. Oh, shoot. Oh, that didn't go the way I expected it to at all. And now I don't know where he is. Well, that's not terrifying. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you never see me again, it's because I got eaten by a bug that I don't know where it is. So, and what you're seeing right now is all of my family's towels that we've hung outside to dry, but it's
rough out in
over
them
here.
streets.
Yeah, it is. Like, I can't believe I missed a bug twice. That was less than 3 feet.
We're gonna blame it on the alcohol.
It's definitely it. Well, I love that you watched all that. I love that it happened at all. I said to you earlier that, I really believe this. Like, I really wanted them to look like two sides of the same coin, and it sounds like they did that.
They did. I was a little nervous because I knew how Tallarico was going to. He did exactly how I expected. Like, he stuck to the issues, told his stories. I wasn't sure about Jasmine. Like, she can be fiery, but she kept the fire on the right things. And she did not, like, neither one of them attacked the other. They were basically like, we're in this together. We both feel the same way about things. It was really a quote unquote competition of which one of us can beat Cornyn.
Well, I mean, just to put a pin in that conversation, like, I'll say this, it's nice to have two options that I'm excited about. Yeah. It's nice to have two people that I'm like, man, either one of them would be a wonderful addition to what we're doing. And, and I don't want to dovetail us down this because it would get dark, but with all that's happened in Minneapolis over the last few days, with all that's gone on in other cities around us, but specifically Minnesota, having some people in leadership that aren't afraid to have some hard conversations is just critical. And we've got to be at peace with that.
So, we won't go down the whole rabbit hole, but Minnesota is where we choose to have this art. Like, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Is where we are choosing, not us, the people.
Right.
Where ICE is, it's basically Canada. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, might as well have it in Wyoming or Idaho. Like, what are we? I mean, I could get Illinois. I could get New York. I could get DC. I could get California. I could get Texas. Minnesota.
Yeah.
Where they still say A. And,
that is a white bread state, man. Like, these
people. You can't get any sweeter than Minnesota.
You can't, and those people are putting ketchup on their steaks, man. Like, these are not complicated individuals. This is like this grassroots kind of salted the earth types. They're all from Minnesota, and so I don't really get. Yeah, it's bizarre.
But you know what? Good for them. Good for them. I'm very glad that they are holding strong.
Yeah.
The strike that happened yesterday. I'm like, yes, like let's back Minneapolis. If you've ever been to Minneapolis, St. Paul, it is gorgeous.
Yeah,
it is a gorgeous area.
I love it.
just great people. I'm like, we're at war in Minnesota. I cannot.
What Twilight Zone is this? It's really bizarre, but yeah, I there's a lot to talk about there. I don't want to deep dive it too hard, but it's there's a lot going on, and I'm pulling for them, and something like that happening right in front of us makes me care more about these congressional elections.
Wind chills. They're out there doing that in -20 wind chills. Like,
yeah.
That it more than anything should tell you how dire the situation is.
Right.
-20 wind chills.
Yeah, my wife doesn't leave the house when it's in the 50s.
Well, we're also like in Texas, so we're kind of weenies about that. But
yeah,
-20 anywhere, even in Minnesota, is dangerous. To be honest, like not jokingly, like that's dangerous weather.
It is. Yeah, and if you lose power in that,
and they're out there and they're like, what are we doing?
Ultimately, I think that people are starting to wake up to a lot of what's going on, and
I think
even the more conservative folks are starting to be like, "What is happening?" So, what are you doing tomorrow with the sleet and all that? Like, is there a game plan, or is it just ride it out and hope we don't lose power? Or
right now, it's pretty much ride it out. So both of our daughters had big weeks this week. Mine turned 13 on Tuesday.
Huge.
Yeah. And so we celebrated the previous weekend because your daughter was going out of town with you where you're stuck. So we did it the week before so that way she could be a part of it.
It's very kind.
So my daughter loves escape rooms. So we did that. They had a blast. They made it out with 31 seconds to spare.
Nice.
If I don't say it correctly, she's going to listen to this and I'm going to have to hear about it. Yes, I'm talking about Shoecast. She wants to be on this podcast so bad. We have to listen to it in the car every morning when it comes out. 31 seconds to spare. She had a sleepover. I took them to the mall. That was poor choice on my part, but they had a blast. We ended up at Five Below. They all wanted matching pajamas and face masks. They decided to do like a spa evening, but they all wore like the same thing. So that was actually pretty cute.
That's adorable. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah. And then Monday they were off school because it was Martin Luther King, which typically casts around her birthday. Yeah, she either has her birthday off or somewhere around there. So it's MLK Day. What did we do? Let's see. We went to brunch.
Nice.
So she just turned 13. So like she's a big girl now.
Right.
So we went to brunch and then we went and got our nails done. And then we went to Sephora and I had signed her up for a beauty lesson because she keeps asking me about makeup. Now, I didn't learn how to do makeup till I was in my 30s. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what she needs at 13. I don't know. So we did this beauty lesson. The girl went through and like some skincare stuff and, matched her, like they did a tinted moisturizer. So like her foundation and, just picked out colors and kind of just taught her how to do stuff, which I thought was really cool. We ended up buying everything that was put on her face. And so she's been wearing that to school all week. And then your daughter had a big day on Thursday.
Yeah. So my daughter turned 10 on Thursday and
double digits.
Yeah, she's in the double digits now, and we made quite a fuss of it here in St. Thomas. So basically, my bio mom and her husband are here with us, and they help make a ton of arrangements. So that day we ended up at dinner at so for starters, the first part of the day, we went to a place called Coral World, and it's like a marine experience park of sorts. So you can go and they have these sea turtle demonstrations. You can go in an aquarium space. There's like a marine life like interaction element to it where like you can touch a starfish and you can touch a sea cucumber, touch all that stuff. And so we did that. We went to a sea lion demonstration, which was hilarious and a ton of fun. And then they have an aviary in that same space. And so you can go in and pay a little bit of money and they'll give you these tiny cups full of sugar water and you hold them and parakeets will land on your arm and come and drink the sugar water. So we did that. And then we spent a little bit of time at the beach. Then we went to dinner that night at an Italian spot down here. And my bio mom and her husband worked very, very hard to arrange for a cake for her. So they found through some sort of personal recommendation, to be honest, I don't even know what the path was to find this person, but they found someone down here who bakes really great cakes in St. Thomas.
Wow.
And they went and basically had her make this really delicious, like 4-layer chocolate cake. It's tall. It's
wow.
I bet it's 12 inches tall. Like it's a really tall cake. And it was iced beautifully and decorated really well. So they smuggled it into the Italian restaurant we had dinner at. And the server actually brought it out with candles on it. And it was a whole thing. And one fun part about Willow is she, to her, the height of luxury is dessert in a restaurant. Like there's nothing fancier in the world to her than dessert in a restaurant. And so for her to have like birthday cake in the restaurant was a huge deal. But it was a ton of fun. We really enjoyed ourselves. And we got back and that was supposed to be our last full day, but
y'all sent a video like she was like feeding sharks or something.
She was what was she feeding? We saw sharks. We didn't feed them.
She was
feed
like
something.
throwing fish.
Oh, yeah. So they actually, while we were at the sea turtle demonstration, they told us that they had some food come in that didn't meet their standards as far as like what they would feed animals inside the park. So they wanted to just distribute it. And so they just...
It wasn't grass-fed fish.
It wasn't. Apparently it wasn't...
Cage-free.
GMO, non-GMO, whatever. but they literally were like, well, if you want to help throw these bait fish into the water, you'll be able to watch all these much bigger fish come up and like devour it. And so they weren't sharks. They were just pretty big fish.
Oh, and they definitely look like little sharks.
They do. They look like a tuna-ish kind of shark thing.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what they were about. I'm sure that if I went back and like dug through my photos, I could figure it out. But that was really cool. So she threw some fish to them, and it was a big old day. It was a big old day. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then
I mean, not everyone can say that they spent their 10th birthday in St. Thomas. Mine was spent in a blizzard.
Right. Yeah. Mine was nowhere near that bougie either. So it's pretty cool. But
yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, I'm pretty thrilled with how it all went down. She definitely felt special, and I'm pretty happy about just a lot of this experience. Being stuck has been bittersweet. It's great to be here. I'm in short sleeves. I bet you're not.
I am, but it's still a sweater situation. Yeah.
I mean, it's, I'm a little warm and sweaty right now, and I bet you're not. And so we're in very different places.
We're in literally polar opposite places.
Yeah.
Like, it couldn't probably not get much different unless you were like in the desert.
Yeah, more or less. But I probably better cut us off because it's after 10 here and I'm sitting on my balcony. I'm afraid I'm keeping people awake. But
okay.
to those of us who are joining us on this very bizarre episode of Premeditated Opinions, man, we're thrilled you're here, and we hope you're getting through the cold okay. And the day that this episode drops will be the first day where it gets above freezing. So you've got that to look forward to. Yeah. But yeah, we just think y'all are the best. And thanks for rolling with us as we do this silly little thing, even when we're like 3,000 miles apart. So, but anyway, you go enjoy some wine, and I'm going to go enjoy another beverage or two because I guess I'm on vacation. I'm on obligatory vacation. I'm on forced vacation.
I'm in obligatory cabin fever.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. And I mean, we'll see what the day gives us tomorrow. And if we get home and the roads look too treacherous, we might be rolling up to your place instead of ours. And you know, that wouldn't be the end
your
of
dog's going to be like, wait a minute. I thought y'all died in a plane crash. Like, what happened?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Everyone's been lying to me. Everyone said this is where I live now. And yeah. Well,
all right.
Anyway,
well,
have a lovely evening.
All right. You too. And hopefully we'll see y'all soon.
Well, that's it for Premeditated Opinions, where the thoughts were fully baked and only mildly regrettable. If you enjoyed today's episode, congrats on having truly excellent taste in podcasts and opinions. Following us on YouTube and Instagram is a quick and easy way to support us. So if you liked literally anything about today's episode, please like and subscribe.
Also, send this to someone who needs to feel seen, dragged, or both. We'll be back next week with more unsolicited insight and emotionally responsible spiraling. And until then, please stay hydrated and behave yourself in the comments. But if you don't, at least make us laugh.